Thank you for plugging into this Family Life News podcast, streaming issues-driven, family-focused news.
Welcome back to another edition of Hometown Heroes on Family Life. I'm Mark Webster, and this week's guest is Bill Matteson, founder of Chautauqua County's COPE Foundation 19. COPE stands for Children of Opioid Parents and Empowerment. It's dedicated to helping children who've lost parents to the growing wave of deadly opioid overdoses, including Mattison's adult son, Justin, a father of 3.
January 5th, it'll be 4 years that my son died of an overdose of heroin, fentanyl. It's just one of those things that a parent or anybody does not know how to handle certain tragedies. You never expect to bury your child. So it was several months down the road, and then my pastor told me, he said, you will find something positive out of this, which is not something I want to hear. I had no clue why he said that. So as time went down the road, something hit me, and I'm a very spiritual guy, and God led me to creating something that could help other children. Justin died leaving three children behind. A lot of kids are sent into social services, foster care, grandparents, aunts, and the focus is minimal for the children. Yes, they might have a nice home going to grandma's house, but a lot of things were being missed about the psyche part of the children, about positive outcomes, not feeling like they're responsible or liable for any of the fatalities of their loved one. And so I just created COPE. So what we do is we do an intake, and I call it Circle of Light. So there's 4 entities. We have a social interaction. Once we do the intake and they qualify, we immediately take them out of their life of depression, sadness, and everything because of what had just happened, and we find out what they like to do. So we take them to like a splash park or a museum or something they enjoy. Financially, we take care of it all, and we allow a guardian to go with them, of course. Then they start their life coaching counseling sessions, minimum once a week. COPE pays for all that. Then we go to the physical healing part, sports or activities they like, whether it's music or karate or gymnastics or swimming or soccer. A, they're active. B, they're finding more positive peer friends. And C, this does distract their mind a little bit. So I'm not saying to forget, but distract their mind so they can feel more normal again and be out there and be active. I strongly encourage less video games. The 4th entity is the mental health aspect. We evaluate them between the counselor, between their physical healing activity they chose, and speaking with them and loved ones around them. We find out how are they excelling? Do they need more time? What else can we do to help? And we also, with COPE Foundation, have partnered with Chautauqua County's mental hygiene. There's so many different organizations in our county, Striders, suicide prevention. We're connected with so many different organizations.
Tell me a bit about the Memory Garden and the significance of that.
It's a beautiful little area that's right downtown Fredonia across from one of the parks. It's a place that people can go and look at the name, like a Vietnam Wall. I'm not putting us in the same category, but I'm saying you can travel to and you can see your loved one's name. You can go there and get a feeling of what we're doing with the opioid crisis. You will definitely walk out of there knowing you learned something.
You've lived every parent's worst nightmare. Has growing and creating this ministry helped you in some way as your own healing process as well?
What I learned was losing my son, 29 years old. He was fun, silly, goofy, and playful, and Gucci-goo with his kids. What I learned with COPE was that I'm not alone. People, especially who are on the board that have lost loved ones, we all go through the same thing. But I will say we have really seen a lot of growth, reputation in the community. It's really helped people know that we are out there for the children. So that's one thing it's done for myself, is it helped me blossom in education, sincerity, passion, compassion, working with other people, and speaking out. And all glory to God for giving the opportunity, because without Jesus himself, if I wasn't a believer, I probably would have buried the thought of my son being dead and moved on. And that's not what I do.
That's Bill Matteson, founder of Chautauqua County's COPE Foundation 19. COPE stands for Children of Opioid Parents and Empowerment, dedicated to helping children who've lost parents to the growing wave of deadly opioid overdoses. Their website is copefoundation19.com. Please join us again next week as we search for your home, your town, your hero. It's Hometown Heroes on Family Life.